Here we are back again. This is Maurice Dwayne Smith of Nuclear Popcorn, and today we have some exciting people. We have the beautiful Laurene Landon here, actress, and also her superstar birthday boy, actually, publicist, Big Joe Williamson.
Happy birthday.
Okay,
Happy
thank you.
birthday
Thank you so much. It's
You're very welcome.
honor to be on your show again.
Thank you guys for coming. It's an honor to have you here. And let's just get right to it. You have so many things happening. It's unbelievable. You got like, what, 3 or 5, 6, 7 films coming out?
Oh, I only have 20.
Oh, that's all?
No. I have, thank you kindly. I have Terror Tales coming out.
And what's that about?
It's an anthology. It is. It's an anthology or omnibus, if you will. And it was directed by this very, very young, talented young gentleman named Jimmy Lee Combs. He's the director. And when he picked me up at the airport, I thought he was underage. I didn't know who it was. I thought this person doesn't have a license and we're going to get pulled over. He was the director. He picked me up and it was Jimmy Lee Combs. He's a fabulous director, and basically what it is about is it's an omnibus or an anthology, if you will. And this guy has abducted a husband, and the family is in the trailer in the back, and he predisposes the victim to 3 tales of terror. I'm in the second segment called Radical Video from the 80s, which is my favorite period because of U2 and just the 80s in general, the music, the people, everything. But I did that with Jimmy Lee Combs, and that's coming out. Can I say who's releasing it or no?
We don't have that information yet, but like I said, we're excited about that. It's
You got a distributor.
Yes, and that's gonna be. I believe that's gonna be released this year. I think we're pretty sure. And she shot that in Denver, and so we're really excited about that. It's a great all-star cast, and it's a really terrifying tale. And Jimmy Lee Combs, he's a brilliant award-winning filmmaker. He's won several awards and that. So we're, like I said, really excited with that project and that. It's shot in the vein of like Creep Show or Tales from the Crypt. It's in Tales from the Dark Side. That's the spirit that he shot in.
I play the mother of a serial killer who's in, I believe, all 3 episodes, and I'm a whack job. What a stretch, right? But I play a whack job mother of this guy, played by Jonathan Tiersten, who's the serial killer, and I keep him in the basement, and I constantly throw off the detectives.
Keep him in the basement.
Yeah, you know, by acting really crazy, and they think I'm so crazy. There's no way this woman could be the mother of this serial killer and be hiding him and you know, keeping him. But she's very, very clever. And I made up a lot of stuff, improvised, because I love to improvise in all my films. So that movie is coming out, and also Nation's Fire, directed by the great Sir Thomas Churchill.
Sounds like a war movie.
Nation's Fire, it does, doesn't it? No, it's an action thriller, and Krista Grada is the star, and she's very, very beautiful and incredible.
Have I seen her? Anyone?
Oh God, who hasn't seen her? She's so famous now.
No, she has a movie on right now on Netflix called Checkpoint, which is doing quite well. But yeah, Nation's Fire has a great cast. 2-time Academy Award Bruce Dern's in it. Primetime Emmy winner Gil Bellows. UFC fighter Chuck Liddell. He was just in Celebrity Big Brother on ABC, I believe. And then also Lou Ferrigno Jr. also is in it as well. He's in that new series on NBC, I believe, SWAT. But anyway, it's a great all-star cast, and it's really excited about that. It's got a great, brilliant story in that, and it's a lot about family and.
And Bruce Dern plays my much older husband in flashbacks, and Tom Proctor plays my current husband, but they do go to flashbacks, and I have some fabulous scenes with Bruce Dern that mostly were improvised on the spot by the director. So I'm very excited about that. And also I just finished coming back from Rochester, Michigan, and I star in Agramon Skate. And for those who don't know what Agramon is basically the left hand of the devil.
Wow.
Baal, B-A-A-L, is the right hand of the devil. And Agramon is a demon fear. He preys on fear. And it is such a fantastic movie, and that iconic imagery by this amazing director named Harley Wallen, who has won so many awards and has so many films coming out. And
Sounds terrifying.
it's really scary. It's so scary. What happens is a seance goes wrong. Richie, my son, which nobody knows, killed my husband when he was 12 years old. And I end up in a mental institution. I never get over it. And I'm constantly bouncing and singing this song, this hymn, Jerusalem, My Destiny. And I'm absolutely insane in the film, and I'm getting phenomenal reviews from the director and everybody in the film, and I'm so grateful to it. But it's got a fabulous cast with the gorgeous Katie Wallen, Harley Wallen, Philip Riley, who else is in it?
When's it coming out?
Jan Birch is Agramon, but what happens in the seance goes terribly, terribly wrong.
That's why I
Richie,
never ever do them.
You're
Richie,
smart.
my
I wouldn't.
son, hires a medium. They all they're having a party, and the
Or the
medium.
Ouija boards, never mess with
No
that
Ouija
stuff.
board actually, but the medium raises the devil. But you think it's Carter, my husband, who's dead, played by Jan Birch, who's come back to life, and he is so incredibly, impossibly handsome, yet so terrifying to look at the same time. I don't think they put any makeup on him. He looks like the personification of evil, yet he's impossibly handsome. And he comes to see me constantly in the mental hospital and in my son's dreams. He keeps coming in I keep coming in the dreams of my son, and my son is overwhelmed with everything that's happening, and terrible things are happening to everybody that was at the party. And it is, like I say, it is fantastic what I was able to see by Mr. Harley Wallen. And I'm so indebted and so grateful that he trusted me to absolutely lose my mind. I do rage, crying, psychosis. I just do everything. He trusted me implicitly. And I'm so incredibly grateful to you, Mr. Wallen, for giving me the opportunity. And for Joe for getting me
But
the
no,
movie.
it's like I said, Jan Birch, she's probably best familiar for a lot of horror fans for Wes Craven's People Underneath the Stairs. And so, like I said, and then Laurene has another film which is on Netflix right now.
Sky.
Yes, which the Hollywood Reporter gave a great review, said Laurene Landon's performance in Sky makes you wish the whole film was about her character.
The Hollywood Reporter.
But yeah, that's...
And I had to pay him a lot of money to say that. I didn't pay him any money. I just read the review and was, grateful, very grateful.
But yeah, that also has an incredible cast.
Diane Kruger.
Yes.
Diane Kruger is in it, and so is Norman Reedus from The Walking Dead, and it's on Netflix right now. And so is Syndicate Smasher with Mel
I
Novak.
saw you in that one.
Yes.
That's a great action film. It's on Amazon right now.
Free for 30 days. So please, everybody, go watch Syndicate Smasher, directed by Benny Gendra and also Doug Tochi-Oka. And it's all action. If you love action, you're going to love this film. I play Detective Carol Driscoll, who is after the head mob boss. There's 5 factions in this. There's the Japanese Yakuza, the Chinese Tongs, and the Russian mob, and also the Italian mob. And I'm after the head of the head of the head, which is Russell DiPolito, who killed my partner. So that's my driving force in the film. And so that movie is on Amazon Prime right now, so please go see it. And please give it a good review if you can.
No, it's
Or else!
No, but
So what's up with the birthday guy today? Because you have you have a very large stable of very talented entertainers.
just
Thank
I'm very blessed with the people I get to work with. talent like Laurene Landon. She's worked with Robert Aldridge, who was considered one of the greatest directors of cinematic history. She starred in All the Marbles along with Peter Falk, which was his last film. And Robert Aldridge, he did like The Dirty Dozen and
that movie killed him. Anyway.
Whatever happened to Baby Jane Hudson and such classics like that. And
she was in that. Huh?
Oh yeah, she.
No, I
starred
wasn't in that.
No. I mean, not that, but All the Marbles, not the other films, of course. But
he did Whatever Happened to Baby Jane, The Longest Yard, hundreds of movies. Robert Aldridge.
Which one was she in, Baby Jane?
Laurene wasn't in that, but that was director.
No, that's what I'm saying. I thought you said that the
director. Yes, he directed that. He also directed.
I know she was a little girl.
No,
I
don't
wasn't
think,
born yet.
Yeah, but anyway, then Laurene Landon several other great films such as like Maniac Cop 1 and 2 with Bruce Campbell,
That's
which was
right.
by the brilliant legendary Larry Cohen, who known as the Master of Suspense. But yeah, Laurene Landon also starred in that, and Airplane 2, and
Larry did. It's Alive. If you've ever heard of It's Alive 1, 2, and 3. I'm in the third one, and he also did Phone Booth that came out a few years ago with Colin Farrell.
Yeah.
That's Larry's movie for Fox and Cellular. I wrote the treatment for it.
Cellular?
Yes, I did.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, Larry Cohen's written so much, and then of course the stuff, and then of course TV series like The Invaders and Branded. And but he's such a great talent. But yeah, Laurene Landon starred in his Maniac Cop 1 and 2 with Bruce Campbell, of course.
Right.
But yeah, and like I said, so I'm very blessed to work on people at such levels like that. And
No, we're blessed to have you.
oh, thanks.
No, we are blessed to have you.
You two are
Because
very, very talented.
I have to say, if it were not for this man here who resurrected my career,
Oh, no,
because
that's
I got
not
it.
true.
Yes, it is. Put some tape on his mouth, please. You have some tape? Anyway, you do. Okay.
But anyway, but no, we're keeping busy, and then this month, Laurene's going to be given the USA Martial Arts Hall of Fame. Is going to be inducting Laurene as the Action Heroine of the Year for a lot of her action films, like Hundra, of course, and her
Yellow
newer,
Hair and the Fortress of Gold.
as well as Syndicate Smash, and her new action films coming out.
And I always do my own stunts too, by the way. If you need a stunt girl, I'm your girl. I am.
I know, but anyway, but no, yeah, and then of course, but one thing about Laurene, what I love is how she can do comedy, she can do action, like in Thomas J. Churchill's Nation's Fire. It's not only action, but there's a lot of great drama in that as well. And Thomas is also a brilliant, multi-award-winning producer, director on that.
I play a train wreck, an alcoholic, psychotic train wreck, and Bruce Dern is constantly leaving me, but coming back, forgiving me, but ultimately he can't take it anymore. So, like I say, I play a train wreck in the movie, so obviously there was no acting involved.
No, but no.
True.
But that's one thing I love about Laurene. She can switch from comedy to drama to action and that, and she's extremely versatile like that. There's a lot of actors and actresses, and they're just one-trick ponies, and they're just one-dimensional. There's some of them that can only do action, some of them that can only do comedy, or some of them can only do horror films or thrillers, and they don't have that versatility like
Well,
Laurene
I think
does.
I get offered a lot of films, I just do, and I'm very blessed to my Lord Jesus Christ, because I attribute everything to this man here, but the Lord first, always. But I try to do diversity and longevity, and not. I made a terrible mistake years ago when I did Hundra, and I'm so grateful that I did do Hundra, where I played a female Conan, and we shot all the entire movie in Almeria and Segovia. And I'm so grateful because a lot of fans of the movie recognize me to this day, and they say, you look the same. And I've had no plastic surgery, despite what a few people have said on Syndicate Smasher reviews. You're lying. Anyway,
but
it's
no,
true. But anyway, so I painted myself into a corner by doing Hundra, and then went back to Spain and did Yellow Hair. And then I did
America 3000.
America 3000, which is a crime against cinema, so don't waste your nickel. Anyway, so I painted myself into a corner, and then I got out of the business for a number of years, 9, 10 years, to take care of my mother and my father, who were gravely ill with respective illnesses, and I would not change a thing. I'm so grateful. And my sisters helped too, Kathy and Charmaine. They helped too. They were both there.
Are they actors as well?
No.
No, they're smart. One's an amazing artist, Charmaine. She has a company called Real Art Studios, and she has these amazing leggings that she designs, and also she drew the Mona Lisa when she was 4 years old in our garage. The Mona Lisa and Blue Boy and Pinky, and she has just won an award she lives in Oregon, and Charmaine just won a huge prestigious award last week that she donated to charity for this painting that she did. And the painting looks like a photograph. Everything Charmaine does looks like a photograph, but it's a painting. My sister Charmaine Anderson is the true talent in my family. And that is not a stretch to say that. It is the truth. My other sister, Kathy is a paralegal, and I'm very, very proud of her too, because she's the brains in the family.
So who inspired you to start acting, and where'd you get your training?
Well, you know what? There's a couple of reasons for that. When I was a little girl, I used to watch all the old movies with my father, and Daddy loved all the great old movies, with Marlon Brando, of course, and White Heat, James Cagney, all the great old movies, and Olivia de Havilland. And my favorite movies of all time were Wuthering Heights and White Heat and the old movies, you know. And Dad, we would all sit and watch these movies with him, and I would always think, what is it like to be on the other side of the glass, you know, the TV? How did these people get there? And I was so enamored by these actors, you know. I just was. The great old movies, especially the film noir movies, the black and white movies with Bogart and Bacall. But you know, young people today, unfortunately, you know, you mentioned Marlon Brando, and they say, who is that? Who is that? And these are a lot of times young people that want to be actors don't know who Marlon Brando was, you know. So, or they say, what do you suggest? What do you suggest? I'm an actor. I'm an actor. And I always say, so what are you doing about it? What are you doing about it? And inevitably they say, nothing. I have the passion. I'm an actor. I'm an actor. And I said, but what are you doing about it? Are you going to school? No. Why? I'm an actor. And I say, are you watching people? Do you do plays? No. Why? I'm an actor. So I just say, well, I think really you need to go to school. I cannot recommend enough schools, but the best school in this town, by far, there's nobody that compares, is Ivana Chubak. She didn't ask me to do this. I studied with her and Roy London a long, long time ago. She didn't ask me to do this at all. And Halle Berry won the Academy Award years ago, as we all know, and she deserved it. And first thing she did was thank Ivana Chubak. So if you are serious about your craft, you have to start reading books on acting. You have to, there's two things I suggest. There's the passion, of course, but also the perseverance. Because what happens when people come to this town, they give up right away, right? They come to this town, they're waiters, that's fine. You know, we all do what we gotta do. I did, and I still do, right? Like my dad said when I was little, he said, Laurene, as long as there are streets, you will always have a job. As long as there are sidewalks, you will always be gainfully employed. That was my father. He was joking, of course. Or he'd say, hey, Cookie, and I'd turn around and he'd say, not you, Dog Biscuit. But that was my dad. You know, he was my inspiration, actually, to get into the movie business. Going all the way back to what you were talking about, which was 3 hours ago? You said, what was my inspiration? My father. Your turn.
No, I'm sorry, what was you saying, my friend?
I just want to say, did your father act as well? Or?
No, my father was an opera singer.
Seriously?
Yes, he was. So he used to play opera when we were little, and I played classical piano. And I would try to emulate these, you know, Jussi Björling, the greatest Swedish tenor of all time. You know, people say it was Enrico Caruso, but it was definitely Jussi Björling, and he would play that music, and I was so inspired by the music, and I played classical piano, and I just loved loved the music. I loved classical piano, and but unfortunately, when my father was young, he couldn't afford in Canada. We're all from Toronto, and my father couldn't afford the extra singing lessons, so he took a job as a real estate agent. So his brother, my uncle, convinced my father, Douglas, to give his brother all his money, which my father did, to help some real estate deal. So that's what my father did, and my uncle, Vic,
No, but
that's what my father wanted, to be an opera star. He had an incredible voice, my father did. I was very close to my father. I never got over it, losing him.
Sorry to hear that.
We all lose somebody, right?
Well, I always like to think we haven't lost them. They've just been promoted and are in a better place. So walking streets of gold. But anyway,
Ooh, that's pretty. What'd you say?
they've been promoted and they're they're walking streets of gold. And they're
Did you make that up, or
No,
did you have help?
I stole it, unfortunately.
You steal everything.
but no, it's
I'm kidding.
No. But and another one of Laurene's passions is rescue animals
Yes.
and pit bulls.
Oh,
Rescue pit bulls. Please don't breed for greed. There are 3.9 million dogs that enter shelters every single year. 1.9 million at least are put to death. There are only 5,000 shelters across the country. Look it up. It's a fact. So, these pernicious puppy mills is where they get the dogs, and they have the dogs in these cages, the purebreds, and they're all on top of each other, and the mothers give birth, and you know what happens. They go to the bathroom, and most of them die. But that's what your puppy mills are about. When you get a purebred, that's where you're getting your purebred from 90% of the time. So I beg people to please, don't breed for greed. Rescue. These animals have no voice. They have no choice. I have often used my little platform, very little platform, as an actress to try and beg people to rescue. I have pit bulls. My passion happens to be pit bulls, because they are the most hated. They are the most prevalent in all the shelters. They are the sweetest dogs of all. And I'm sure people are going to say you're crazy. Well, I am. But no, pit bulls are
They
the
kinda
most
scare me.
loyal. They're the most loyal of all the dogs. That's why people think they're vicious, is because they're loyal to the owner, and they're the most protective, right? They're really called Staffordshire Terriers. Staffordshire Terriers. They're from England, but I rescue pit bulls and cats, kitties. Meow. I love kitties. I rescue kitties and pit bulls, but I love all dogs. I even love purebreds. But when I say to people, "Oh, what a beautiful dog," and they say, "Thanks," and I say, "Where'd you get him?" And they say, "I got him from a puppy mill, or I got him from the store." And I say, "Oh, okay," but I never say, "You." I never say anything. I don't go there. But I'm thinking it, but I don't go there. But I ask people to please rescue, please rescue. There are millions and millions and millions of dogs and cats that are at the shelters waiting, begging. They can't. I'm their voice. So is Linda Blair. A lot of us are the voice of these poor animals that need to be rescued. So, please help. Please help.
Do you have a pet, my friend, or?
not anymore. When I was growing up, I had pets though.
Were they purebreds, or did you rescue?
One was a purebred poodle, and the other was a little mongrel. But she was cool.
A poodle. Those are so cute.
Yeah.
They're
The little-
yappers, right?
The little mongrel, she could climb trees.
What?
The,
What do you mean she could climb
She
trees?
could climb a freaking tree.
How?
Well, she had like these claws. She was
Like a squirrel?
kind of. I mean, she couldn't go high, but she could,
That's
tell
so
her to go
cute,
up, like-
climbing a tree.
Yeah, a little bit. And then once she get up, she couldn't get down. She sit down, look at you like, yeah, get me down.
Oh, so you have to go up and get her down from the tree. That is so funny. That is
But
great.
Before I forget, if you had your dream role, what would it be?
My dream role, boy, no one's ever asked me that. Thank you for asking me that question. My dream role would be to work opposite Tom Hardy. I am absolutely crazy about his acting. He is the closest thing I have ever seen to Marlon Brando in my life. He looks exactly like a young Marlon Brando. I think by far Tom Hardy is the most talented actor on the planet. Tom Hardy. Look him up, legend. He's done hundreds of movies. And he's just, you know, he's a chameleon. Everything he does, he changes. And that is my dream, to work with him.
Have you ever thought about directing or producing your own?
Yes, actually, producing. That's another story I'm not going to go into. Yes.
That's something that Laurene would definitely love to look into in the future.
Very cool.
And not so much directing, but I don't think, at least at this point, but perhaps producing and writing. Laurene does a lot of writing all the time.
I write with Larry Cohen. I have a whole bunch of screenplays that I write. I am a screenwriter. I write comedies. My movie right now that I'm trying to get produced is it's completed. It's called Dog Pen. Penitentiary, dogs in prison, rescues in prison that would otherwise be predisposed to euthanasia. They are thrown in a prison environment, and all hell breaks loose. And the dogs actually rehabilitate the surreptitious, subversive inmates. So it's the thematic echo in that film, once again, is please rescue, don't breed for greed. But it's very subliminal. It's a comedy. But I write horror, I write comedy, I write drama.
Before we run out of time, how can people find you, and how can people find you?
Oh, IMDb. Please go to IMDb and give my page a like. And
Laurene Landon.
Laurene Landon, Landon. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And LaureneLandon.biz, so get busy. LaureneLandon.biz. And I'm on Facebook. So, I'm on Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah.
And on Twitter?
I'm a big girl. I just learned to twit myself about a couple of years ago. My sister showed me, Charmaine, of course.
And Joe, how do we find you?
I'm on Facebook on the WilliamsonManagement.com.
Yes, the greatest manager of all time. This
I just want to
gentleman here.
congratulate you for your incredible work and your
Thank
incredible
you.
movies coming out. And congratulations on your award that you'll be getting for Action Heroine of the Year.
Oh, we made that up today.
No. That's in the
kidding.
USA Martial Arts Hall of Fame at Culver City, and hope you can be there again. I know you were there last year.
Yeah, I'll be there, definitely.
Oh, were you there last year?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
we'll see you there again.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're out of time, but thanks again. And this has been Nuclear Popcorn. Laurene Landon and